Good day and welcome. You're watching St. Maarten NEWSDESK, where we bring you the latest and most important stories around the island and beyond. With your anchor crew, Alston Lawrence, Glenda York, Tiziana Hart, and Mizzy with the Sunshine Report. This broadcast is brought to you by TV15 and proudly produced by Great Bay Media Studios in Philipsburg, St. Maarten. And now, let's jump straight into today's top headlines.
VROMI Kadaster deal targets long-standing inefficiencies. As a new agreement aims to modernize how data is stored and used across the island, the Ministry of VROMI and Kadaster Sint Maarten have signed a landmark agreement to improve coordination in land management, infrastructure, and permitting processes. At the center of the issue are long-standing data gaps and disconnected systems, which officials say have caused delays for both citizens and businesses, sometimes turning simple requests into months-long processes. The agreement introduces two major solutions: a national GIS platform to unify government data and a centralized system to track underground infrastructure, helping prevent damage during construction and improve planning. Honorable Minister Patrice Gum says the move is about ending what he called administrative isolation and creating a more efficient, responsive government. Once implemented, the changes are expected to speed up permits, improve decision-making, and deliver better public services across St. Maarten. Kochi pushes entrepreneurship with community outreach sessions. The St. Maarten Chamber of Commerce and Industry has launched its 2026 Community Information Sessions, starting in Dutch Quarter on March 26th. The initiative is designed to address a key issue: lack of access to clear business guidance and formalization support, which often limits growth for aspiring entrepreneurs. During the sessions, participants will receive practical guidance on registering a business, meeting legal requirements, and operating within the formal economy, along with information on available support services and opportunities. Officials say the goal is to empower residents, encourage entrepreneurship, and promote sustainable business practices across St. Maarten. Residents and small business owners are being encouraged to attend and take advantage of direct access to expert advice as the island works to build a stronger, more structured business environment. Political parties warned ahead of reporting deadline. The Electoral Council of St. Maarten is reminding political parties that their 2025 annual reports must be submitted by April 1st. The issue centers on financial transparency and compliance, with parties required to disclose board composition, membership contributions, activities, and detailed financial records, including audited statements and major donations. The Council is also calling on parties with outstanding reports from previous years to submit those as well. Officials warn that failure to comply with the law could result in penalties, reinforcing the importance of proper reporting in maintaining trust and integrity within the political system. Submissions can be made in person or electronically as authorities push to ensure greater oversight and accountability across all political organizations.
Hello, my people. My name is Glenda York of Sit, Sip and Chat and Moms in Paradise podcast. You can find us on TV15 St. Maarten, TVC St. Kitts, and on YouTube. Reporting from Great Bay Media Studios in St. Maarten, your NEWSDESK feature story is coming up. But first, here is Mizzy with the Sunshine Report.
Hey there, it's Mizzy with the Sunshine Report, straight out of Sunshine City, St. Maarten, bringing you the warmth and the sunshine you need to kickstart your day. So let's dive into today's forecast and see how the skies are treating us.
At Telem, we believe connection goes beyond signals. It's about people. From every call, every laugh,
Hi, Merry Christmas. Thanks for calling.
every moment shared across our island,
Game time.
we're reminded this network was built by St. Maarten for St. Maarten.
I couldn't. Oh, I got you. Don't worry, man. We're good.
When are you coming to St. Maarten?
All right, let's go. Go, 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 go.
Here's to staying connected to what matters most. Your connection, your Christmas.
Stay connected to the best of local and Caribbean content anywhere, anytime with the TVC Plus app, the official app of TVC Channel 40. With the TVC Plus app, you can watch TVC Channel 40 live, catch every episode of your favorite shows on demand, watch exclusive pay-per-view content, listen to Voice of the Caribbean radio, and watch and read SKN Newsline. The TVC Plus app is available on all your devices. On the Google Play Store, search TVC and the plus sign. In the Apple App Store, type the words TVC Plus. And we're also available on the Amazon App Store for Fire TV and Fire Stick devices. Search the words TVC Plus. Download today and take TVC Channel 40 wherever you go.
All right, don't miss NEWSDESK. Weekdays at 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. on TVC. Sint Kids to the World, now streaming everywhere. Orchestra program targets access to arts in schools. Through a partnership between Leer Orkest Nederland and the National Institute of Arts, nearly 200 students are now learning to play orchestral instruments during regular school hours. The program directly addresses the issue of limited access to consistent in-school arts education, offering students free training in instruments like the violin, flute, saxophone, and trumpet. Unlike many short-term or after-school programs, this initiative is fully integrated into the curriculum and will run through 2027, supporting both musical development and social, emotional growth. Organizers say the goal is to make arts education accessible to all students while building discipline, confidence, and creativity from an early age. Students are expected to showcase their progress with a live performance in June, marking a major milestone for the program. Historic First highlights gender barriers in maritime industry. Port St. Maarten Group has announced that Shulaika Maduro has become the first female certified crane operator at the Dr. A.C. Wati Cruise and Cargo Facility. The milestone highlights a broader issue, the lack of female representation in technical and heavy industrial roles, with officials calling the achievement a step toward breaking long-standing barriers in the maritime sector. Maduro's accomplishment comes after rigorous training and record-setting performance, proving that skill and capability, not gender, defines success in the field. Port officials say the achievement reflects a commitment to building an inclusive workforce while investing in local talent and professional development. The moment is being seen not just as a personal milestone, but as a signal of changing opportunities for women in St. Maarten's workforce, especially in industries traditionally dominated by men. Chococarib Festival highlights cultural tourism and accessibility gaps. Hundreds attended the first ever Chococarib Festival at Anse Marcel Beach Resort, where visitors enjoyed chocolate tastings, master classes, and expert-led discussions over 3 days. The festival brought together internationally recognized chocolatiers and pastry experts, while also involving local students, highlighting strong efforts in skills development and knowledge transfer within the culinary sector. However, organizers acknowledge a key issue: limited accessibility for a wider audience, particularly due to the lack of English translation during sessions, which may have restricted participation. Despite this, the event is being hailed as a major success, strengthening St. Maarten's reputation as a growing culinary and cultural destination. Organizers say improvements are already being planned for next year as the festival looks forward to expand its reach and impact across the region.
When we come back, we go to our in-depth feature of the day, exploring one of the island's most thought-provoking topics. That's just ahead. Stay tuned.
talk about having rights. And yeah, we do.
We have the right to be safe.
The right to learn and get an education.
The right to speak up and be heard.
The right to dream big and build our future.
But listen, rights don't stand alone.
We also have responsibilities.
Real talk, if we want respect, we gotta give respect too.
St. Maarten is our home.
So let's protect it. Keep our beaches clean, our streets clean, and show love to nature.
Healthy island, healthy future.
Our parents and guardians do a lot for us.
Let's show respect, talk to them, and listen, even when it's hard.
School prepares us for life.
So we show up, we stay focused, and we put in effort.
We want opportunities, so we work for them.
We are part of this community, every village, every culture, every neighborhood.
Let's be kind, positive, and supportive.
A stronger community starts with us.
And most importantly, we are responsible for ourselves.
We make healthy choices for our mind and body.
We believe in our goals and our voice and our future.
Our rights gives us power, our responsibilities makes us leaders. Together we rise.
The Convention of the Rights of the Child isn't just a policy, it's protection and responsibility. When our children learn their rights, they are better prepared to take on their responsibility. This public service announcement is brought to you by the Department of Youth.
Let's put everything on the table. People always give their opinion, and you can either take it or crunch it. Let them judge. We give in to the most irresistible flavor. We devour every nugget that falls in our hands, especially when it's our crunchy fried chicken. And let the crumbs fly if needed. Let them keep judging. We'll keep indulging. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
You could talk to your family, talk to your friends. Affordability and convenience. Community connection, that makes sense. Reliability with experience. Hey, for every life, every adventure. #1 provider, they got ya. We tell them your data is always on. You can opt out whenever you want. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want the road. Control my data, yeah, yeah, yeah. Always connected every time, everywhere. Money low, but I never fair. I know, tell them it's there. Connectivity, that's what I like. Flexibility, that's what I like. Reliability, that's what I like. Tell them, sign me up for life. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Come tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to go. Come tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want the road.
Before we wrap up, we take a moment each day to check in with our neighbors across the region. There's always a story worth paying attention to. Here's today's regional headline.
St. Kitts and Nevis launches farm insurance and expands greenhouse initiative. Agriculture is taking center stage in St. Kitts and Nevis, with new initiatives aimed at protecting farmers and strengthening food security across the Federation. The government has officially launched the Regional Economic Agri-Insurance Program, known as REAP, designed to safeguard farmers against climate-related risks, such as hurricanes, droughts, and extreme weather. Officials say the program introduces a structured system to ensure farmers can recover quickly when disaster strikes, addressing a long-standing gap in protection for the sector. Minister of Agriculture Samuel Duggins described the initiative as a turning point, noting that farmers have historically carried the burden of climate risks without adequate support. Under the program, the government has committed to investing $1 million annually to provide insurance coverage for agricultural stakeholders. Meanwhile, the government is also advancing its greenhouse village project at Brotherson Estate, a major step toward modernizing local food production. The initiative includes the construction of 24 climate-controlled greenhouses, with most already completed. The project aims to increase domestic production of crops such as tomatoes, sweet peppers, and lettuce, while reducing reliance on food imports. It will also provide farmers with access to training, modern farming techniques, and climate-smart technologies, with a focus on encouraging youth and women to enter the agricultural sector. Together, these initiatives signal a broader push to build a more resilient and sustainable agricultural economy in the Federation. That's the latest from St. Kitts and Nevis. Shout out to our viewers in St. Kitts and Nevis watching NEWSDESK. Here's an island fact. St. Kitts is home to one of the Caribbean's last remaining scenic railway tours, originally built to transport sugar from plantations to the coast.
Welcome back. Each day we take a moment to go beyond the headlines and look deeper into the issues, people, and conversations shaping life here on St. Maarten. Welcome to today's NEWSDESK feature. Residents across St. Maarten are being warned to prepare for higher grocery bills in the coming weeks, as the cost of basic food items is expected to rise by 5 to 15%. Staples such as rice, pasta, milk, eggs, bread, oranges, and lettuce are among the items expected to be most affected, meaning that for many households, the same weekly grocery budget will soon stretch much less. A typical grocery bill of around $150 could increase to $160 or $170, or force families to cut items altogether to stay within budget. According to Sonny Katnani, CEO of DVCO, the increase is already unavoidable. Everyday staples like rice, pasta, milk, eggs, bread, oranges, and lettuce will feel it most, he said, noting that price increases are expected within weeks. The primary driver behind the increase is the sharp rise in global oil prices, which has pushed fuel costs above $100 per barrel. For import-dependent islands like St. Maarten, this has a direct and immediate impact on shipping costs. Major regional carrier Tropical Shipping has already announced significant bunker surcharge increases starting April 12th. Under these new rates, a 40-foot container will jump from $400 to $1,400. Refrigerated containers will rise from $640 to $2,240. Smaller shipments such as barrels and pallets will also see steep increases. Because nearly all food consumed on the island is imported, these higher freight costs quickly translate into higher shelf prices. At the same time, rising fuel prices also affect electricity costs through the fuel clause. This increases the cost of refrigeration, storage, and retail operations, adding another layer of pressure before goods even reach consumers. The expected increase in food prices is part of a broader inflationary trend, now affecting multiple sectors across the Caribbean. Regional economic outlooks from institutions such as the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank have warned that energy-driven inflation is likely to spread across transportation, meaning higher fuel and airfare costs, to spread across utilities, electricity, and water prices increase. Construction materials as well, due to shipping and import costs, hospitality and dining as businesses pass on higher operating expenses. Economists have also raised concerns about the possibility of cost-push inflation, where rising input costs like fuel and shipping force businesses to increase prices across the board. In tourism-driven economies like St. Maarten, this creates a ripple effect. Higher operating costs for hotels and restaurants, increased prices for visitors, and added pressure on local consumers already facing a high cost of living. Importers say they are trying to delay the impact through bulk purchasing and logistical efficiencies, but those measures can only go so far. As an importer, we will continue to look for ways to bulk buy smarter, Katnani explained. But eventually prices will increase even further when manufacturers raise their prices. With global supply chains still adjusting to geopolitical tensions and energy volatility, further increases may follow if conditions worsen. The situation has renewed discussion about possible policy responses to help cushion the impact on consumers.
Some suggested measures include expanding turnover tax, exemptions on essential goods, subsidizing refrigerated shipping cost, addressing rising electricity costs that affect food storage and distribution. Longer-term solutions may also include increasing local food production, though structural limitations such as land availability and climate make self-sufficiency difficult. For many households, the impact will be immediate and tangible. As food prices rise alongside utilities and transportation costs, families may be forced to adjust spending habits, reduce consumption, or shift toward lower-cost alternatives. In a small island economy where wages often lag behind inflation, the concern is not just higher prices, but reduced purchasing power. And as global pressures continue to filter down to local shelves, the question facing many residents is no longer whether prices will rise, but how much more they will have to sacrifice just to keep up.
And that's all the time we have for today's edition of St. Maarten News Desk. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember, new episodes premiere every weekday at 8 a.m. on TV15 and across all our social media platforms. From all of us here at News Desk, we wish you a fantastic week ahead. Until next time, stay friendly, St. Maarten.